I just had to let you know you're.
A pleasant day, everyone. This presentation explores the historical antecedents of science and technology in ancient times by examining Sumerian, Babylonian, Egyptian, Minoan, Greek, and Roman civilizations, highlighting their major milestones and lasting contributions to the development of human knowledge and innovation. To begin with, we will discuss the major milestones of the Sumerian Civilization, which existed around 4500 to 1900 before Christ era. The first is cuneiform writing, one of the earliest writing systems. It was used to record trade, taxes, farming, laws, and other important information, helping the Sumerian organize their society. The second is the potter's wheel, which made pottery stronger and more uniform. It also inspired the development of the wheel for transporting heavy goods more easily. The development of cuneiform writing was mainly shaped by the growth of trade, farming, and the government in Sumerian civilization. As cities became larger, people needed a reliable way to record taxes, transactions, harvests, and laws, making cuneiform an essential tool for managing society and the economy. In Babylonian Civilization, which existed around 1894 to 539 before Christ era, one major milestone is the Code of Hammurabi, the earliest written law codes. It contained 282 laws that help maintain order by governing crimes, trade, property, family, and justice. Another is their progress in mathematics, including algebra, geometry, and bookkeeping. These were used in trade, land measurement, construction, and taxation. The growth of agriculture, trade, and government administration created a need for accurate calculations and record keeping. Mathematics helped officials collect taxes, measure land, manage resources, and support the expanding economy. In Egyptian civilization, which existed around 3100 to 30 before Christ era, the Egyptians built pyramids as tombs for their pharaohs because they believed in life after death. This structure also showed the pharaoh's power and reflected their advanced engineering skills. The second is advanced medicine, anatomy, and surgery. Through mummification, the Egyptians learned about the human body and developed treatments using medical tools and herbal medicines. The construction of the pyramids was made possible because the pharaohs had absolutely political power in ancient Egypt. The Egyptian government organized workers, gathered resources, and managed large construction projects, allowing the pyramids to be built as symbols of the pharaoh's power and authority. In Minoan Civilization, which existed around 3000 to 1100 before Christ era, the Minoans built a strong major navy ship that allowed them to trade across the Mediterranean, exporting goods and importing important raw materials. Also, their advanced drainage system were used underground channels and clay pipes to manage wastewater, improve sanitation, and demonstrate their advanced engineering skills. As the cities became larger, there was a growing need for a proper sanitation and water management. To maintain clean and healthy living conditions, Minoans developed advanced drainage system that carries wastewater away from home and public buildings. In Greek civilization, which existed around 800 to 146 before Christ era, the Greeks developed important machines such as lever, crane, and catapult, which made lifting heavy objects, construction, and military defense more efficient. They also contribute to science and philosophy. Aristotle developed logical and scientific reasoning. Theophrastus expanded logical thinking, and Hippocrates, known as the father of medicine, promoted observation and ethical medical practice. The development of Greek science and philosophy was mainly shaped by the social and political environment of the Greek city-states. Democracy, education, discussions helped Greeks think critically and study nature. Trade and cultural exchange introduced new ideas that advanced science, logic, and medicine. In Roman civilization, which existed around 27 before Christ era to 476 Common Era, the Romans developed the use of water mills, which were used to mill grain, saw wood, and crush materials. Also, wood and coal provided heat for homes, baths, and industries, improving efficiency. Next, improved military weapons. The Romans developed stronger military weapons and equipment, helping them protect and expand their empire through discipline and engineering. The Roman Empire wanted to expand its territory and protect its borders from enemies. Because of this goal, the government invested in stronger weapons, better trainings, and a well-organized army to maintain power and keep the empire secure.
Moving on, we will compare the Babylonian and Egyptian civilization by looking at their contribution, similarities and differences, and influence on the modern world. Let's begin their contribution. The Babylonian civilization made important contribution to mathematics and law. They developed the basic schema which gave us the 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour, and 360-degree circle. They also created the Code of Hammurabi, one of the first written law codes, introducing written laws, contacts, consumer protection, and fairness and justice. Meanwhile, the Egyptian civilization contributed the 365 days calendar, which became the basis of today's calendar. They also invented papyrus and ink, making writing and recording keeping easier.
Next is their political system. For their similarities, both civilizations had a king with absolute power, and both believed that the ruler authority came from the gods. For their differences, in Egypt, the pharaoh was considered a living god, while in Babylonia, the king was chosen by the god but was not a god. Another difference is that Egypt's laws were based on the pharaoh's decision in Ma'at, or justice and balance, while Babylonia followed the written code of Hammurabi.
Now, let's compare their economic systems. Both civilizations depended on farming and river irrigation. They also collected taxes in crops, animals, and labor. However, Egypt had many natural resources, was mostly self-sufficient, and controlled trade through the government. In contrast, Babylonia lacked natural resources, so it relied on trade and became a major trading center. Another difference is that Egypt mostly used barter or weight silver for trade, while Babylonia used silver shekels and developed banking, loans with interest, promissory notes, and written business contracts. Lastly, let's discuss their geography. Both were a river valley civilization that depended on rivers for farming. They also built irrigation systems such as canal, dikes, and reservoir to water their crops. Their differences include the river that depended on Egypt's Nile River flooded regularly and predictably, helping farmers and creating a stable society. In contrast, Babylonia's Tigris and Euphrates River flooded unpredictably, causing damage and creating a less stable environment. Lastly, Egypt was protected by desert, the sea, and cataracts, making it safer from invasions. Meanwhile, Babylonian had few natural barriers, making it more vulnerable to invasions and frequent wars.
Now, let's look at their influence on the modern world. The Egyptian calendar inspired the Julian calendar, which later became the Gregorian calendar that we use today. Their invention of papyrus and link led to the development of paper, books, newspaper, and modern record keeping. On the other hand, the Babylonian-based 60 system is still used today in timekeeping, geometry, maps, and GPS. The Code of Hammurabi influenced Roman law and the idea of written laws, equal justice, and evidence in court.
So how did social conditions drive innovations across the periods and civilization we covered? From Sumerian and Babylonian times, economic needs like trade and farming led to innovation like uniform writing, the wheel, and irrigation system. In Egypt, environmental and religious conditions were the motive. The Nile River led to the calendar, while beliefs in the afterlife lead to pyramids and advanced medicine. The Minoans built navy ship and drainage system because of trade and the need for healthy cities. In Greece, democracy and open debate pushed thinkers to develop the scientific method, machines, and biology. And in Rome, practical needs for growing cities and military expansion led to the aqueducts, water mills, and better weapons. So we can conclude that geography, politics, religion, and economy all shaped innovation. Every problem in society became a reason to invent. In short, human needs and human society are the true motive behind every milestone.